Alright, so for my Cipher project, I chose the linear A cipher, which, first of all, I would like to show you how fun it is to try and find. Yeah, so can't really see that super well. But all of the results that I got were Caesar cipher, affine cipher, affine cipher, linear cipher, which is the wrong linear cipher, I might add. Affine cipher, linear A cipher. I watched that video. It's not right. Yeah. Eventually, I found a list of ciphers, like ciphers that had not been solved yet, and it just happened to be on there. And I figured out if you Google it with Crete, that is how you find the information on the actual linear A cipher. So, which is more of a language than a cipher. Anyways. So, linear A cipher. The picture in the background is one of the, I guess, texts that they found, a stone with writing on it, and that right there is a number. The things are numbers, like the lines, like that. I found that out. So, linear A cipher is very similar to, it's gonna be shaky. It's very similar to the Cretan hieroglyphics, which is shown right here where my mouse is pointing, and is also even more similar to linear B, which is this right here. So one of the ways that they have attempted to decipher linear A, which is, this is one of the writings from it shown right here, is they've taken the symbols that are similar to linear B and tried to translate them in the way that they translate linear B, which has worked to some degree, but not entirely. They don't know enough about the languages to figure it out completely. Yeah, it's an ancient Cretan language, Greece area. Yeah. So something that I noticed while I was doing research on this, so the crap, I need to go back. This right here, kaudeta. I'm studying Japanese here at Snow, and all of the sounds that they have connected to these letters are similar to those sounds that are used in Japanese. And so I'm like, you know, it'd be funny if I tried to translate this into Japanese and see what it said. So I did that with kaudeta, which looked like one word. And kau is one word. In Japanese, it translated to buy. And then deta translated to exit. And I was like, that sounds a lot like export. Which, I don't know, might just be a weird coincidence. But, yeah, I wasn't even pointing the camera towards that. But, yeah, kau looks like buy, deta looks like exit, export. Also, this symbol for wine that they have right here looks weirdly similar to the symbol for rain, which is a Japanese kanji, which, once again, probably just a weird coincidence, and I am looking too much into it, but could also not be a weird coincidence, because a lot of, let's see, with the Japanese written language, it was taken from, originally from the Chinese their characters. But they took the Japanese kanji is essentially the Chinese characters. Some of them they've tweaked a little bit, but they're very similar. The characters mean something. They don't represent sounds. But the Japanese also took the Chinese characters and they changed them a ton to make their phonetic alphabet, I guess. Like the hiragana and the katakana, which if you looked at them and you knew the Chinese characters that they were derived from at the time that they were derived from them, because they've changed a lot over the years, you probably would have been like, oh, maybe that means that, but if you tried to read it, it wouldn't make any sense. So part of me is thinking that maybe something similar to that happened with this, where they took these symbols that they have here from one of these languages over here, but they don't necessarily mean the same thing as each other. Maybe they just saw this written language and they're like, oh, we want to do something like that, whoever made this up. And so they took it and they put their own sounds from their own language to it, and we are completely wrong in how we are going about it, but the world may never know. Yeah. And then the website where I got most of my information, just so I have some sort of bibliography, is this ancientscripts.com. It was the most information I could find on the linear A cipher, which, yeah, doesn't look like a super reliable website, but it had some cool information, so I'm gonna assume that everything on it was correct. Yeah. That's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Ha ha.